Welcome to Real Deal. I'm Tara.
And I'm Jazelle.
And this week we are talking about Mickey 17. We were very excited to see this. This movie was delayed for years and years. Bong Joon-ho's follow-up to Parasite, the first non-American movie to win Best Picture. Parasite swept the streets when it came out.
It truly did.
I was
for good reason.
Excited. For very good reason.
For very good reason. That was like peak Korean cinema, I feel. It got a lot of backlash in the States. Just because I feel like people are like, oh, why are we like obsessed with this now?
We don't want to read subtitles.
Racism.
We don't want to read it.
Yeah.
What I think is important too, though, to talk about when you talk about Parasite is I'm pretty sure the Oscars before that was the whole Oscars so white.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do remember.
I'm pretty sure that was the Oscars right before.
Yeah.
So then you have Parasite, something so groundbreaking, talking about capitalism and like, class consciousness, and you have to read subtitles.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's crazy.
I think that was like a big drawback for a lot of people. They're like, this movie was not even in English.
I took my mom.
Okay, get a grip.
And my mom, first 5 minutes, was like, I have to read. And I was like, listen, stay with me.
Sit down and shut up.
Stay with me. And at the end, she was crying. And she was like, I can't believe like art like that exists. And I was like, right, period.
Exactly.
Because
Bong Joon-ho is a genius.
Right. On that note, Mickey 17, Robert Pattinson, Naomi Ackie, Stephen Yeun, Toni Collette, Mark Ruffalo. This film, unlikely hero Mickey Barnes finds himself in the extraordinary circumstance of working for an employer who demands the ultimate commitment to the job, to die for a living. Quite literally, Mickey is printed and reprinted every single time that he dies. And he comes back and has to fulfill a job or a mission or something that he's being enlisted to do, and he dies on it. It's his job.
Yeah. He is like pretty much at the I don't know, he's kind of being extorted and blackmailed.
Yeah, he's at the beck and call pretty much.
Yeah.
Of
this loan shark that is trying to kill him and his friend. And so
I wouldn't even say friend. I'm a motherfucker's bully.
Okay, yeah. Someone that he thinks is his friend, but is really a loser. Also, like, spoiler. So sorry. Like, spoiler. And it's just like, I don't know. They go to space! And you know what? I have to say, I am not a sci-fi person. I'm a sci-fi hater, actually. Tara texted me that she was like, I'm so excited. And I was like, I'm literally not excited. I don't know why. I just like cannot feel excitement anytime I see a man in a fucking astronaut suit.
No, but I don't like space movies.
Neither do I.
You guys, we are literally having technical difficulties. Bear with us.
No, the technical difficulties are...
It's pre-retrograde.
I'm on my period.
Gag it. And pre-retrograde?
Yeah.
No, I'm so sorry.
It's really tough
Feeling
times.
like a Mickey 15 today, aren't you?
I'm literally gonna Mickey 16 myself. Truly. But yeah, like I as someone who is not typically into science fiction, or aliens or whatever, like I just really was not looking forward to this. But I was sad and I really enjoyed this movie, actually. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I gave it a 4.
Yeah.
Bong Joon-ho is one of my favorite directors. I love Parasite. I love Snowpiercer. Memories of a Murder. So good. I love his ability to blend, seamless satire with these commentaries on, capitalism. It's present in every single one of his films. And I think what's really cool is in an interview, he talked about this movie and like the concept of a Mickey and how you could be working at a job. This is very relevant to our lives. You could be working at a job and you could die. And they are just going to put someone else in that job. Someone else in that position. And the world keeps turning and like nobody cares. And that's really relevant, I feel like, to life right now and the state of life right now.
Yeah, this movie is so relevant. Like,
Mark Ruffalo is Trump, we see you.
Yes, Mark Ruffalo is Trump and Musk.
Yeah,
vibes.
And Musk, yeah. Of a combination of both, because he was, like...
He's, like, a space ego...
Stupid.
He's, like, a space person, or, like, I guess he's I don't know.
He's a failed politician.
He's a failed politician, but, like, an egomaniac.
And now trying to invest in science and have a pure white colony on space.
Yeah, and I think also, like, the very clear symbolism of, like, Nazism.
Yeah. For sure.
was crazy.
For sure.
I didn't anticipate that. When I saw, like, the little symbols that they had on their uniforms and the secondhand guys, like, skinhead, I was like, oh, okay. I see this.
Love it.
It was crazy. Naomi Ackie?
Yeah.
She was so good.
I really liked her in Blink Twice. I just hated that I hate the movie.
Yeah.
So it was so nice to see her in something where I could walk away and be like, that was great, you were great, and the movie didn't make me want to, like, shoot myself.
Yeah. Also,
Nice.
I really liked her character.
Me too.
I feel like it very easily could have flopped for me.
Yeah.
And been written poorly, but she was, like, true to herself. They didn't kill her off, you know,
yeah.
like, honestly,
disposable black woman trope. Very tired of that.
Very tired. I loved it.
I have to give major props to Pattinson because I don't think a movie like this would work if 17 and 18, his two respective characters, are too similar.
I agree.
It just wouldn't have worked at all, but luckily, like, there's none of that here. They are so different. You know, 17 is so meek and doesn't have a backbone, and I think that's another element of, like, the dangers of capitalism, right? Other than the obvious things, is that you may grow up without having opportunity and money and, like, privilege, and you see those things as a flaw of yourself, which is clearly who 17 is. He sees himself as weak, at fault for the reasons that his life is like that, while 18 is the other hand of that, where it's like, I see this life I didn't choose, you know?
And I think maybe the dualities of herself as well.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
I mean, you know, do you ever go to work and you're like, fuck, okay, I'm gonna just do this and do this and do this, and you're like, whatever, I'm living the simulation, and then you're like, no, fuck this, like, blah.
I literally had a day like that today where I went off on people on Microsoft Teams. I think that, you know, Mickey 18 would see Microsoft Teams and fly into a rage. Personally.
And I get it.
And I understand. If I never got pinged again.
If Mickey 18 entered my Google chat at work, please.
He'd be like, should we just fucking kill this guy? Honestly, valid question.
Honestly, valid.
Valid as fuck.
I think the only drawbacks for this movie for me was when it felt a little slow when he is like the 18 is first introduced. Yeah. And I was like,
it was really, I was like, what's happening?
Yeah, because it was.
Are we having a Challengers moment? Yeah. I do love Challengers, so, like, and I love Robert Pattinson, so.
Yeah, I agree. It did feel like it could go very Challengers very fast.
And I was up for that.
Yeah,
I was down for that. I like that. I do have to say, like, in the spirit, well, not really in the spirit of Challengers, in the spirit of sex, which was definitely an element to this movie, I love how Bong Joon-ho's films always tie up nicely at the end. Like, the C3 callback to the sex position, being how he's,
that was
like,
really cute.
So cute.
I like
so
that.
Nice. I loved the little romantic aspects to this, because that's not as present in his other movies, like, at all. Yeah. I mean, Memories of a Murder made me feel like I needed therapy and a hug after, so yeah, I didn't get that.
I think secondarily for me, the other slowest part was the end. But after they're like, okay, and we fucking vanquished, you know? I didn't need to see the rest. No. I didn't need to see the rest. I felt like I was sitting through, like, 10 minutes of nothing.
Yeah, it did feel, like, a little dragged out. I get what he was doing, but, like...
Yes. I didn't need my hand held through the end, and, like, I didn't need the dream sequence.
I do think we need to get rid of the hand-holding. Yeah. Get rid of that. I do feel like that's been a constant complaint of movies, I feel like, that we've been watching, is the need for that. And he usually doesn't do that in his movies, too. Yeah. I feel like you gotta figure that shit out on your own. So, I do feel like he could have sped that up. I think that's what kept that from a 5 for me. Yeah. Is the moments where I was like, okay, pick up the pace.
Right. I was just like...
Pick it up, babe. Okay. Right.
Next, and let's wrap it up.
Right. I think overall, though, loved it.
Yeah. Was there anything else that you didn't like that...
No. I wish Toni Collette got a little more screen time. That's just because I love that bitch.
Yeah. I thought the sauce thing was a bit...
I think maybe, is there something that we're missing there?
Is there literally, like, it must be just, like, whoosh?
I don't know. I think I need to just look into that, because I'm not sure what I'm not
I literally felt like I was dumb.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not
I don't
sure.
know.
There's something there that I'm not picking up on, and I'm going to have to look into it.
Yeah.
But the rest of the movie and the
was-
rest of the themes I picked up on, which was nice.
Yeah, same. It was very funny and enjoyable.
I think for most people, if this is your first film by him, you might not enjoy it, though, I have to say.
Really?
I don't think so. I think to the average viewer, you might be like, what the fuck is going on? It's very... I think the story is a little all over the place.
I think
In a
so,
way
too.
that works for him and his directorial direction, but I think if you are not familiar with that...
If you're not a movie person, this might be a little too much.
I think that Parasite is a great watch if you've never seen that. Snowpiercer, I think I would really start out with because that's kind of the clearest example of his commentary on capitalism, but not this one.
Yeah.
I think this is his least. I love when a director, like, balls to the wall, gets an Oscar, and then just does whatever the fuck they want after.
Yeah.
I think that's great. I think the director of Babylon, like, yeah, I think you should do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Do that shit. I like it. Ari Aster, I don't forgive you for Beau is Afraid, but I get it. I get it. After Hereditary, I understand. After Midsummer, I get it. Do whatever you want.
Yeah. So, I think, if you're a Robert Pattinson fan, go and watch this. He
Agreed.
has, like, really good range.
Yeah. Phenomenal.
And I'm glad to see this, like, more funny departure from his usual serious characters, especially after Batman.
Bruce Wayne was definitely in the room in 18, though. That was Bruce Wayne a little bit.
I don't think so.
I liked it. He was very dark.
He was just, like, over it. I loved it. Loved 18.
A little bit of a psycho.
I would pick 18.
I'm picking 17.
Yeah, and that's where we differ.
Yeah. I don't want him to hurt me. He seems scary.
I don't know. He seemed fine to me.
I don't know.
But, yeah, I would recommend this movie.
Catch us watching Opus next week, you guys.
Oh my God.
From a fan fave to another fan fave. Pattinson to Io.
Jesus.
I hope you guys are ready.
I'm ready.